right, on to tonight's early stage companies provided by supporting sponsors Barrett Business Services, Inc., BBSI, wishing all pub talkers a happy spring, only 4 months left for warm weather. If you need recruiting help, temporary staffing, or temp to hire services, connect with BBSI for solutions. Contact Eric Strobel here at PubTalk or go to bbsi.com. And Central Oregon Community College, COCC, who is committed to supporting our region's economic recovery and long-term growth. COCC graduates become engineers and teachers, welders and pastry chefs, computer coders and pharmacy technicians, and 92% of COCC grads stay in Central Oregon, which is just incredible. Reach out to Marketing and Public Relations Director Jen Kovitz to learn more about how COCC can partner with your business needs to meet your workforce training needs. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, there are pancakes in your future. Some of Josie Johnson's main passions are cooking and baking, but when allergies led her to go gluten-free, Josie's Best Gluten-Free Mixes was born. Josie's Best produces gluten-free and allergen-free baking mixes from Sisters, Oregon. Recently, they were featured on Good Morning America, further spreading the word of their delicious mixes. Let's hear from founder and CEO Josie. Come on up, Josie.
Thank you. Hello, as she said, I'm Josie Johnson. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Josie's Best Gluten-Free Mixes. We produce gluten-free and top 8 allergen-free baking mixes. We sell our products across e-commerce channels, including our website and Amazon, as well as lots of wholesale to restaurants, gift box companies, as well as other small independents across the country. I think when I presented in Sisters with you, we were in about 20 stores. We were extremely proud of it. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done. Excuse me. And now we're in about 400 stores across the country. So thank you. We're really grateful for the growth that we've seen. 2020 was a huge part of that for us. So we started the year thinking we were going to our first big trade show, to Expo West. It was canceled about a day before we were getting on the airplane. So that was a huge blow. We had a lot of time and effort and money put into getting that done and didn't really know how we were going to pivot from it. But as it turned out, there were a lot of opportunities that came from it for pitching virtually, all kinds of exposure virtually. We took as much of that as we could, and it really worked for us. We leaned hard into the social media channels. We really got the ball rolling on our e-commerce. Amazon took off for us. In June, we stocked the entire Pacific Northwest Whole Foods. That was huge for our resume. And so going into August, we'd actually already doubled from 2019. We were a bit overwhelmed, but again, grateful, and homeschooling 3 children as well. So it was busy. In August, we were approached by a woman who helps find businesses for a segment on Good Morning America called Steals and Deals. Steals and Deals is a 1 to 2 day flash sale. It is on the actual segment of Good Morning America, which has about a 6 million viewership. And there's also a huge following that is just there to take part in the deals that come up every week. So exposure-wise, it was huge. We were obviously tickled to be even asked, but they were just interested, and we had to come up with a pitch that they would accept. So included in that was an extremely deep discount on a product, flat rate shipping, a very high minimum that we had to meet, and guidelines as far as how quickly we had to ship out, which was within 2 to 3 days. So basically it meant because the flash sale was only 1 to 2 days, we had to ship out within 2 to 3 days. So we had to be able to produce everything ahead of time with no guarantees on sales. So it was a big number to come up with, to wrap our head around. We were scaling so quickly from where we were, and we'd already done a lot of scaling. So we came up with doing one product, which is this guy right here. So this is our variety pack. It has one of each of our 4 mixes: pancake, waffle, crepe, and our muffin and more, which is an all-purpose blend. So these are our retail packages in here. Coming up with one product was a huge help for us because we were able to pre-pack everything without any pick and pack. So we weren't guessing what people were going to order. we knew. So we gave our pitch, and in October, we penned a deal with ABC, a little bit of help from Carnot Peterson, which we appreciated very much. And so our deal was slated for January, and we had from October to January to place our biggest orders with all of our small business suppliers that we'd ever placed by about fourfold. So to give you an idea what we had to produce, it was 15,000 of these. So that was 50 pallets, 6 feet high. And we'd probably only ever done one pallet at that point. So it was a huge undertaking for us. My husband and I run the business. We have one other employee. We have one other part-time who helps us pack. We work with another family business that co-packs for us. They have about the same amount of employees. So this was a huge, huge undertaking for us, but we knew basically an opportunity of a lifetime. So we certainly met a lot of hurdles. We just always kept pushing through, making it work. We basically had everything built by the time our sale hit. So it was very early in the morning on a Saturday. And basically we were doing more than 2 to 3 orders per minute when it hit for hours and hours. So we had the back end of the website, we did all the customer service, we did all the packing, all the rating, all the above. There was 5 of us, my husband and I, my father and his wife, who are in their later years. They might be watching, so I'm not going to say how old they were. And then our 2 part-time employees. So again, a very small group. We shipped a truckload that weekend. It was pretty amazing to see an actual truck pull up to a dock and get filled with these guys right here. So very rewarding. Again, we had to pre-build for a sellout with no guarantees. So we had a lot of product left over. We had a great sale. We were thrilled with it. But we came home with a lot. And it was a good thing because we've seen a huge increase of sales since. So it's helped us a lot be able to fill those quickly. We've also been able to go after a lot of larger deals. And just this week, in fact, today, I sent the last pallet of our biggest PO ever. That's going to a bunch of nurses for International Nurses Day in a gift box. So we're just so grateful for these opportunities that we were able to pull it all off, and we hope to continue to springboard from here. Our focus is really on our e-commerce and some of those B2B businesses, and we're just working on a subscription program and keeping the ball rolling.
Wow. Josie, I love your product. I think you're an excellent presenter, and I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thank
this
you
is incredible.
so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
incredible. Really great story. So, when you spoke with us, that was January of 2019, right? Yeah, 2019.
Yeah,
Like, was that a year that we had? And I'm wondering if you have added any new products, or if there are any new products in the works.
So we had big plans to do that, pretty aggressive plans, but they were stopped by sales, basically. We've just really kept our focus on our core products, building those. You know, I think you don't know what you don't know, and I had this thought that, like, wow, we've kind of done what we could with what we have and we need more, but we realize we're just barely at the tip of the iceberg, and creating brand awareness for what we have and leaning into those is what we're going to continue to do. I've got a lot of products built that we just need bags for, and time and money and all that kind of stuff.
That makes sense. That's exciting. Any questions in the room just yet? Yes, Roger.
Josie, when you gave your pitch out at Sisters, you were selling a lot into restaurants and hotels, I think,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast kind of service there and so forth. How did that change in the pandemic, and did you really shift into more direct to consumer?
So did your direct-to-business sales, direct to restaurants, hotels, did that change during the pandemic?
Specifically, restaurants did. Yeah, it pretty much went away. And most of the hotels did as well, which was scary because pre-pandemic, our plan was to push more into that level of things. So we definitely shifted gears. We created some bundles that we sell on Amazon and our website, and just pivoted away from that aspect. We've seen it come back, certainly, but it's definitely the smallest part of our business. I think at that point it was probably about 1/3. To give you an idea how much e-com has done for us, we do almost half of our business on Amazon now. It's a gigantic part of what we do and our website. So it was a huge shift for us, and it's taken a lot of just different thought process, how we, place orders and the bags we need, and, label printers, all that little stuff that makes it work so we can do all this small pack.
Yeah, not surprising. Very interesting. Any other questions in the room? Yes.
I was curious about your social media. You mentioned that you kind of pushed into that more last year. Were you sharing like recipe ideas with people, or was it just like more just focused on product awareness? And did you guys do your social media in-house, or did you partner with people?
So it's a question around social media. What specifically did you evolve into, and did you do that in-house, or did you hire somebody?
So the answer is yes, as far as what we produced. I mean, again, for me, my time is split between being a mom, and I actually have another job, and doing this. So recipe development is something I can do with my kids. And they love it, and it's fun, and it turns out people like watching that. So we just leaned into that. I cook so much with our products. I create with so many recipes. And so we just started firing away on it. And when I say we, I mean myself and our other employee, who used to be my neighbor and was a girlfriend of mine. And at a certain point, she said, I can do a lot better job than you're doing with your social media. Could I just write maybe a quick hi, who am I for you? And I said, sure. And she did such a good job. I was like, okay, come on in. So that was another really positive thing for the pandemic. She had another job that she worked for in the social media field. That went away, and we were able to hire her full time. And it's probably one of the biggest things we do now. We use influencers and do all that. Again, a huge part of the exposure we got from not going to Expo West was a bunch of these big influencers and companies who said, hey, can we just help you? You're a small guy. And we did as much as we could on that.
Oh, it's so great. Yes.
Just a quick follow-up. What were some of the bigger social media channels that you doubled down on? Was it just like Instagram?
Following up, what channel specifically did you go into?
Instagram. That would be the main answer, and Facebook. We really haven't done a ton on YouTube just because we're so focused on Instagram, and that's worked really well for us. And again, I think we didn't always do this, but now we really focus where we see light. So Instagram works beautifully for us. We're going to push that ball as far as we can before we branch out too far from that.
Yeah, you're doing a great job on Instagram. I love the shared recipes from other accounts. This is really
thank you.
fun. Yeah, super fun. Yes. Pinterest.
Yeah, we do Pinterest. That's a very different space. It's really interesting understanding how that all works. So for example, on Instagram, we can tag products in all our posts. We can sell directly from there. Pinterest is a little bit different. So we do, everything goes onto Pinterest, but we're definitely less active on Pinterest.
Hey, Shannon.
Pinterest.
Yes,
We have a question in the theater.
I'm ready for it.
Where are the cookies? Where did they go? Are they coming back? It's not
Thank you
really
for your question, theater. This is important journalism.
It's very important. So the cookies are on Instagram. You can go on there. There's tons of recipes. And on our website, and you use our muffin and more mix, and you can have at it.
Awesome. Okay, well, Josie, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so
I love
much.
hearing this update. We support you, and I can't wait to hear your next big update. You are just taking it to the moon.
Perfect.
Not literally, hopefully, but you know what I mean.
Maybe.
Thanks, Josie.
Thank you so much. Thank you.